and out the door.
Hello, and welcome back to our Pokemon White commentary, part 2. In this part, stuff happens.
Story happens.
I know! It's amazing! And now we get our first look at our resident team.
Yes,
Because
every
every
series
Pokemon
they've
game
had,
has to have a team.
yes, and this one is Team Plasma. Not really one of my favorites, I must say. They look really dumb with the giant heads.
I consider what they are fighting for interesting. It's just that what they're fighting for is that they're fighting against themselves. Like a lot of people in politics today.
Yeah, it can almost be compared to slavery in some ways. The way they look at this game is this team is fighting to free all Pokemon. That way they won't be used by people. However they do this, by using them.
They try to free Pokemon and stop them from fighting by fighting with Pokemon.
Makes sense. It wasn't this as far as what they're fighting for, it is interesting. However, this wasn't my favorite team. My favorite team, and this is probably just because it was my favorite game, was Aqua. I loved the idea of Aqua covering the world with water. It was so intense. You could not beat that for me.
I still prefer Team Plasma.
You don't like... What about the one from Sinnoh? What was it, Galactic? They didn't really have anything to fight for.
They did nothing.
They were there. They were like Team Rocket. They were just there.
Yeah, they did nothing.
Yeah, so that was my solution
to... make safe spaces!
They were asking, what do we should do about this crisis? That was my solution. We just make safe spaces. Bada, would you really like to explain what a safe space is?
Safe space is essentially a hug box, a hyperbolic chamber where no one can hurt your precious feelings. Because apparently, sometime in this world, feelings somehow trumped accuracy and facts. And I hate that the most. That is one of the few things in this world that actually rustles me in a way that I don't like being rustled.
Where was that woman at? Was she in the UK that she raised her hand? There was a woman in the UK who was in a safe space. She raised her hand and got arrested for raising her hand because it offended somebody.
And the whole entire point behind this is that you can offend anyone by almost doing anything. So, people just need to get over their freaking feelings. Also, hello, Mysterious Trainer and your Purleone.
Which sucks. Almost as bad as the move I used on it.
Rap. I see what you're doing there. I saw what you were doing there with Rap. You're gonna try and kill it with Rap, but it's like you didn't have enough time to kill it with Rap, so you just hit it with a different move.
Yeah. As far as Rap goes, it was my... Like I mentioned earlier, I love status effects. Rap is the earliest thing you get for status effects, however, it sucks. It always sucks. It does nothing.
It's like
little decimal
it's like Sandtomb.
Yeah,
it's like Sandtomb.
Or Fire Tornado.
My brother loves Sandtomb, and I'm just like, get Earthquake and get better at this game.
Get good. Get good. Meanwhile, another decimal health has been taken.
It also doesn't help that she used Growl on you. That lowered your attack. But then again, you're replacing it with Leo. Getting the stats right.
Yeah, I use a ton of stat moves at the beginning of the game. I love them. Especially ones that raise my own attack. Sadly, Snivy doesn't get those right off like some do.
He finally gets it at when he becomes Superior, he gets Coil, which is a great move.
Quail? Like the bird?
Coil.
Coil. Oh, I got you.
Coil, like a snake. Raises attack and defense. And I beat, when you get into the post-game of this game, you can fight Cynthia, and my Superior with, 5 coils beat her entire team by using Leaf Blade.
Yeah, Leaf Blade's a bit broken, though. Isn't that the one that has, a high crit ratio?
It's grass versions of Slash.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
but the thing
Slash
is,
does have high crit.
You get stab damage.
Which means...
When you use a move that's the same type of your Pokemon, you do a bit more extra damage.
Oh. That's pretty creative. I was thinking when you said stab damage, I was thinking armor and rapiers from Fire Emblem. Oh, you get extra damage because you stab through the armor.
Like triangles, Jacob? Like triangles?
Oh, triangles. Would you? I can see where we're going with this. 3.
I mentioned
Two,
it
one,
in the first
go.
part. Don't people, if you expect Pokken to be a good fighting game, don't get it. Get Street Fighter. Heck, get Cross Tekken. I hate Cross Tekken. Cross Tekken is the king of fighting games where you lame it out. Pokken is a fighting game that is based on a triangle system where regular attacks beat grabs, grabs beat counterattacks, and counterattacks beat regular attacks, but you can throw out grabs whenever you want, and you will never get punished. There are multiple characters in Pokken where they will do a full combo that if this was any other game, they would be punished right afterwards.
Oh, but rock, paper, scissors is good, Bada. Rock, paper, scissors
not a
is
fighting game. Pikachu and Pikachu Libre are two of the most broken characters in a game, and I don't know what the patch has done, the 1.2, because I haven't gotten it yet. It's just that from what I have played recently, it is broken. Every character in Burst Mode has super armor, but only when the super armor wants to work, so you can hit a Pikachu or a Pikachu Libre or any other character in the game, hit them before they get into their attack animation, and they will have super armor and hit you through your combo.
Yeah, super armor was always a good idea. Super armor was a brilliant idea.
In certain cases, super armor can be good. Not in this case.
I don't know. As far as like Pokken goes, I played it once, and that was with you, and I had never played the game before where you had plenty of hours into it, plenty of hours of practice, and I got wrecked. Like, we played 10 games, and you beat me all 10, 2-0, I think the rounds went each time, but I still enjoyed it.
I'm not gonna deny it's a fun game. Yes. Well, Trap, you mentioned to me earlier that it should be based on typing, and I still stick to that. It should not be based in this triangle system that doesn't work. It should be based on type matchups, like an actual Pokemon game. I still believe it should have been that, and it would have been amazing.
Well, to that extent, that would have just been another Pokemon game, but in 3D. They're also the reason the triangle.
It would have been a fighting game with essentially Pokemon mechanics.
Yeah, but the reason the triangle system was there to make it a fighting game doesn't mean it was a good idea. No, doesn't mean it works well. No, but that was there to make it a fighting game.
Yeah, I know.
Pokken, regardless how we look at it, is a fighting game, not a Pokemon game.
It is. It's just that its mechanics suck. And another thing that I don't care for about Pokken is, and I know you'll get this, teching off the ground.
Well, as far as fighting games goes, the only ones I've ever really played and put time into was Smash Brothers, and not having teching, yeah, that I will agree there as far as I go, because I am so used to teching. Every time I hit the ground, I am pressing that shield button. It is gone.
I have played many a fighting game. If you go onto my Steam, if you go onto my Steam, you'll notice I have like maybe 3 to 4 fighting games. Every single one of those games, when you get hit into a phase where it knocks you on the ground, you can press like an attack button and you instantly tech off it and you can roll in whatever direction. Pokken doesn't have that, meaning as soon as you get knocked down on the ground, if someone just walks up to you and grabs you when you get right back up, which gets rid of your invincibility, you can be thrown into the 3D phase, the field phase, and it doesn't work. Even Street Fighter has teching off the ground.
Speaking of rock, paper, scissors,
that both the papers came out. Let's see what's gonna happen
in
next.
the triangle system.
I think Schrader might go with scissors.
Speaking of Smash, Smash at the record.
Hard freeze by Schrader.
This is still my favorite Smash at the record. Wait for it. Oh, you
He's a bull man, so bull. Get it? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Is he gonna come back in game 3?
Oh,
and he did.
Did you include it?
Yes, I did.
A solid paper right there.
Man, I want to have a tournament of this like throughout an entire city. Just imagine how fun that would be.
I would participate. I would participate in that.
I would
participate
too.
in that.
Hit him with the right paper, scissors, shoot.
That'd be funny and
he
dumb.
got him. The triple scissors.
Mind blowing. God, you gotta love people and how intense
versus
they get.
Green Man with
Well,
glasses.
D1 and who's the other one?
What are you pulling out? What are you pulling out?
TK
Can't remember the other
Boozy.
guy's name.
Oh, he's popping off.
They're both great commentators.
Bandit Keith.
Popping off with the
Bandit
coke.
Keith. He's sipping on him right now.
sipping on them. And there I pop off after beating her in rock, paper, scissors.
But going back to Pokken, Street Fighter has teching off the ground when you get a sweep to prevent you from getting essentially comboed with you having nothing to do. It has wake up supers and specials. Like you can do a Shoryuken as soon as you get into your stand up. You can throw it out to prevent you from people from comboing you. And it also has preventing grabs, teching grabs, where if someone who does the grab, you can hit the grab as well and stop their grab. Pokken also doesn't have advancing guard, which is the main thing it needs. Advancing guard is a great concept. Essentially, when someone's comboing against you and you're guarding, you press a button and it pushes them farther back away from you, so you can have some room to breathe.
Yeah. I don't know. I find some of those concepts good, but like I've told you several times, I grew up with Smash. I like to take things like once you get a hit on, you should be able to get out every chance you get hit. But if the person predicts how you react, you should be able to be comboed to death. I think that yes, you should have an option once you get knocked down on the ground in Pokken. However, it should not be a immediate get out of jail option. It should be a chance.
It's not an immediate get out of jail option in, say, Blaze Blue, Skullgirls, or Street Fighter. You still have to make sure you time yourself.
Yeah,
it's still
true.
reading. I'm just saying, in Pokken, there's really no option to do anything. Like, even if I know what's going to happen, I can't stop it.
It's like that's actually the only thing they put in the patch. You can get up. Wouldn't that make you a happy camper?
You can do wake up supers and specials.
No, I don't think you should be able to do wake up supers. You mean like the burst thing?
No, I'm talking about when you have enough bar and like it's mainly in like Street Fighter, you throw out a Shoryuken or you throw out like your special. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It's just something to take someone off their balance.
I don't think you should be able to do like supers. You should be able to throw out an attack, but not like a super or special of any type. That's just
Shoryuken, it's not that damaging. It's designed to throw someone off. It's an anti-air.
See, I don't know anything about that. I've played Street Fighter 3 once.
You have the mind of a Smash player, while I have the mind of a fighting game player.
You say that like Smash isn't a fighting game, which technically it isn't. It's a brawler. And
again, I don't consider Smash a fighting game.
I consider it a genre of fighting games. I would consider it a brawler. A brawler being you get knocked off stage. There's like one is like what is it like Realms of something? Arcadian Realms. There's some knockoff brawler that they made for computers.
I couldn't tell you.
I can't remember what it's called. I don't remember what it's called. But I'm genuinely grown to or magnetized to that genre of fighting style. I like knocking people off stages, getting recoveries from the stages. You have to mix things up. It's more than just you're on a flat plane. I find that to be a bit boring at times. And I also hate balancing mechanics they have in fighting games, where if you're taking damage, you gain a meter, or if you're giving damage, you get a meter, and then all of a sudden you got a special attack.
No matter what you do.
I find that to be dumb. There should be nothing like that. Nothing.
Jacob, you also have to remember that you have to be able to read it, and it comes out not fast. It comes out slower than anything else.
Yes, but it's a chance of completely screwing over somebody who's wrecking you, and then all of a sudden in one move, you have all that HP drained on them as well in one move. I dislike
It's not
that.
like, it's not full HP, it's like near half to quarter.
And that's awful for one attack to be landed.
But you still have to land it, Jacob. You have to remember, you have to land it.
But you shouldn't be able to do it in the first place, is my opinion. I just don't like the mechanic of it. It's like when you get a crit or something. You know, it's a chance. It doesn't really make you feel good sometimes. Even when you're the one doing it rather than receiving it. Meanwhile, we're still grinding here.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that, Jacob.
What, it doesn't always feel good when you're doing it?
No, the fact that you prefer playing Smash and your opinion on fighting games.
Yeah. It just doesn't always feel good. I'm not saying it's like a bad thing to do. It just feels terrible to me to do.
Well, when you get hit by a super, it doesn't feel good because you got hit by a super.
I don't even feel good using it. Half the time when I play fighting games, I don't even use it.
And that's your fighting style.
It's like when I've played Mortal Kombat X with people, I'm just like, oh, I have an X-ray. Let me not do that.
The whole entire
just
point.
Regular.
The whole entire point of an X-ray is that you set it up for a combo, and even then, the X-ray doesn't do a lot of damage. Like, that's the whole entire point in fighting games. The longer your combo is, the less damage you do at the end of it.
Yeah. Also, the X-rays. Why do you not kill people with X-rays?
The great mystery of Mortal Kombat X-rays and how they don't kill people, even though they're essentially fatalities.
They really are.
I'm going to poke out your eyes and break your neck, but you're still going to stand up and live for the rest of the match.
It's just like you like wipe it off. You're like Superman getting hit by like a steel brick. I don't know why I wanted to say brick. That was just beyond my thought process. A truck. When Superman get hit by a truck, it just doesn't budge.
Well, it's better than how he died in freaking not Man of Steel, Batman v Superman.
Wait, he dies?
Yeah, he dies at the end of Batman v Superman. Spoiler alert.
He dies?
Yeah.
Superman dies?
Yeah. They tried to set up the Death and Return of Superman. You've never read that plotline in Superman, the Death and Return?
Superman cannot be beaten. He is invincible. The fact that Batman even has any competition with him in people's eyes is dumb. He has a freaking belt. He has a belt. He has a belt. He has a belt. He has a belt.
Batman doesn't kill Superman. Doomsday kills Superman.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel a lot better about that.
That's because Doomsday was designed in the 90s to essentially kill Superman. Also our first rival battle, but let's get back to Batman v Superman. Because I love that.
Are we in a rival battle?
Yeah, we're fighting Bianca, and she has a lily pup.
Oh yeah. Yes, we are. She popped up. Also like that. That's a good mechanic to have. They started implementing like they come in, give their own speech. Whenever you hit technically a boss or mini boss Pokemon for each trainer, it goes into like this specific music.
I want to say they introduced that into. They introduced the midway speech in Sinnoh. They changed the music during gym leader battles when they got down to their last Pokemon in this game.
And it makes things so much more intense. It doesn't feel
It makes it more hype.
With the same, because technically this is the same game being made over and over with just slight variations. However, they're making it better each time around, so it's still something you enjoy playing.
Yeah. It becomes more hype.
And get wrecked.
Yeah, because all you have to do is hit it with Vine Whip and it dies instantly. Did it die instantly? No.
No, it
two
doesn't.
hits. Such a disappointment, Snake is.
Snake! 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 Dude, it's too. I want to put a cigar in. Like, the next video I have to edit, I just really want to clip a cigar in every time he pops up on screen. Get the ding sound.
That'd be funny.
Or just have a box. You don't even have the snake there. You just have a big box covering where he should be. That would be brilliant.
But which snake is it? He asks, knowing that there's like 5 snakes.
Oh yeah, there's like 5 because of time travel and all that stuff. I don't know why they implemented time travel.
You have the original. There's no time travel.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's like
you have.
Okay, the reason I said time travel is because they made the game in the future and then traveled back for the newer games being in the past. It's time sequencing, rather.
Yeah, it's sequenced differently. You have the original big boss, you have Liquid Snake, you have Solid Snake, you have Solid Snake, and then you have Venom Snake.
The names are so dumb. It's like, what can we make this to make it more interesting? Solid. Oh. Liquid.
Erect penis and flaccid penis.
That's exactly how
That's the naming. I still like the original name for Venom Snake. It's Punish Snake. That is, when you go with my naming, the way that, because he gets the explosion in his face. Like, do we want to spoil Phantom Pain?
Oh no. Because I actually might do that in the future. So no. Don't spoil Phantom Pain. Because Phantom Pain is actually my favorite. punished. I still don't understand what you mean by punished though. Is that
He
actually
gets-
part of Phantom Pain? No, it's
Yeah,
not.
his original name was Punished Snake, but they changed it to Venom.
But it's just Big Boss
Because-
in Phantom Pain. Are you sure you're right? All right.
I know I'm right. I watched Johnny's review.
You play as Big Boss in Phantom Pain though, or yourself rather, because Big Boss in the face transplant and Metal Gear. Speaking of time sequencing, that's also a great thing to mention. Metal Gears have improved as time goes back. Launch a nuke. I think Peace Walker was the
Launch a
heaviest.
nuke.
I think Peace Walker was the heaviest of the nuke launching deterrents. Would you like to
Peace Walker
explain
was-
the nuclear deterrents?
Nuclear deterrence is essentially means I have nuclear weapons, you have nuclear weapons. Essentially, no one's gonna launch anything because mutually assured destruction will happen. If you launch a nuke, I'll launch all my nukes at you. And that's the reason why Peace Walker was considered, out of my eyes, the best weapon in the Metal Gear Solid series. Because it was completely autonomous, and no one will fire at an autonomous robot that's able to fire nukes.
That's
Every
very
other-
true.
Every other Metal Gear in the series is piloted by someone. Peace Walker is completely autonomous, and it's based on the boss's mind.
Also,
That's so weird about Peace Walker.
the second rival.
Peace Walker is a weird game.
Yeah, it is a weird game.
Yeah, there's Charon right there in Poke School.
Yeah, no, I don't want to fight him because no.
You don't fight him; he just talks to you.
But then I come
Oh wait,
back.
does he?
Yeah, I chose not to fight him.
Oh,
He asks you. I had just came from the route, so I was on low HP, so I went back and healed
well, it's not
myself.
like it's a hard fight.
No,
You
but
have a freaking level 12.
but he
level
has the
11.
type advantage, so I didn't want to just get screwed by it.
That's true.
And T-Pig.
Yeah, and he throws that T-Pig right at the beginning of the game, right at the beginning of the fight.
You said that like it's a bad thing. It's not really.
But yeah, but T-Pig's still awful.
Also, like how he avoided my first attack. How the frick do you? I've never
Raph
understood
doesn't
how does avoidance work. I've never understood how avoidance works because you usually miss attacks. How do you avoid?
Every move in the game has a base accuracy. Rap is like 75, so about 3/4 of the chance you will hit with Rap. Moves like Tackle originally had 100, Tackle now has 95 in this game, Vine Whip has 100. You can check your moves and it shows what your base accuracy is.
Yeah, but the accuracy causes you to miss. It doesn't cause them to avoid it. It literally said T-Pig avoided the attack.
That's just different lettering for the same thing as missed.
Oh, is it? I thought
Yeah,
it had
it's
something
just-
to do with like their speed or something or their skill.
No, it's just the way that Rap and Vine work.
Oh, so they literally just say avoided only for them moves.
Yeah.
Wow, I always thought it was way more in depth than that, and I just couldn't understand it.
Like
I thought
said,
too
dude,
hard.
I'm the Pokemon master of this one, and I'm not even playing the game.
You're already the very best, like no one will ever be. Dun, dun, dun. That's a great song, by the way. Like literally, the first original series that came on
Pokemon song
TV.
is so good.
The original TV
And
show
the
was just good.
Yeah, and it all went downhill when it went to Kanto. Not Kanto, Johto.
It did. It was so downhill. It was so bad.
Like, Wild Trap, I'm gonna ask you a question. How many championships has Ash won?
It's either quite a lot or zero.
The answer is 0. He
Yeah.
has won no championships.
Well, he's the very best, Noah. He's doing
Like
great.
no one ever was.
Oh man. Yeah, like no one ever was. No one will ever do what he does.
And it doesn't help that in some of the ways that he should win, he doesn't because the plot demands he doesn't win. And his team is always crap. His team is always crap.
Yeah,
every
he has a
region
second
he is.
evolution. Not even a starter. It's just a second evolution of a freaking rat.
His only good team was possibly his original team, and even then, that's pushing it.
Also, I like how whenever each new series started, he always threw away everything except for Pikachu.
He throws away his Charizard ran away. He has a muck that's with Professor Oak. He should bring out that muck because it's actually a good Pokemon.
His Charizard ran away.
He released his Butterfree.
Yeah, he did release his Butterfree. He did that during one of the episodes so it could fly away and be free. Butterfree.
It was so dumb, but it was also so emotional too, because it's just like,
dude, yeah. When I was a child, I was very attached to that. It was like when you lose a pet and they say they flush your fish down the toilet or something. That's the equivalent of that.
You care about fish, Jacob?
No,
Should fish have rights?
They should have safe spaces in their bowl. That's how it works.
We're never gonna get over that.
Of course I'm not. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It really
Jacob,
is.
I still have a lot of dumb things to tell to you as well.
Oh, well, we have plenty of time. We
don't have plenty of time in this. We don't have plenty of time in this episode. That has been it for this part of the Pokemon White commentary. We'll see you next time in part 3, where we take on the gym.